Kevin, the boys must have been hurting after losing the last minute last week. What's the mood in the camp been like this week?
Yeah, it was quite painful, to be honest. The mood after, right after the game, and even on the way back the next day. But that's gone now. We've obviously analysed the game, and there was a lot to like about it. We were resilient and very threatening going the other way, and it took a good goal from distance to beat us on the night.
You must feel rested though. You've had a week off for the first time.
Yeah, I don't know about rested. There's certainly been a lot to do, but look, it's been nice not to have a game, during the week. But there's been a lot of focus, obviously, on this game, and a lot of effort going into freshening the players up and making sure that we're at everybody's at 100% for tomorrow night.
Do you talk about what happened last time you played Sydney here in Melbourne?
Yeah, look, I think there's no real point, to be honest. I think we've come on leaps and bounds since then in terms of the way we go about things, and probably our last two performances in terms of the way we defend games now and show a real resilience, not to concede is a far cry from that day a couple of weeks, or 6 weeks, 7 weeks ago, whenever it was.
But is there any obligation to sort of repay the fans who look forward to that game so much and would have been so disappointed, I'm sure?
Yeah, without doubt. Of course, that's the one thing that I can remember from the whole day, from the whole night, was leaving the stadium and feeling how bad we let the fans down. But having said that, our fans come here with an expectation every week, and this week is certainly no different. And it's our last home game, and it's a game that both teams are desperate to take 3 points for different reasons. But from our perspective, it's a game we really want to send a clear message with a performance that's fitting of taking 3 points.
To win, you have to eliminate what was a 5-goal deficit between the two sides last time. Why are you confident that your team has bridged that gap in that time?
And like I said, we're a far different outfit in the way we go about things, than how we played that day. We're not going to keep referencing it and going back to it. Our form in terms of points and performances over the last 6 or 7 weeks has been very good. So, like I said, we're at home here tomorrow night, and it's our last game. I want to send our fans home with a smile on their face.
Selection for tomorrow night, is it purely based on tomorrow night, or with people like Costa and Pablo, who obviously can't play midweek next week, is it sort of with an eye to that as well?
Oh, look, first and foremost, you pick a team for tomorrow night's game, but at the same time, it's previous weeks, and we've had the discussion before that you have to have an eye on what's going on forward. But at the same time, this week's clearly been about putting a performance together and giving the players the best opportunity to be successful tomorrow night.
Pablo Contreras was playing with the seconds, so to speak, and Mike Milligan in defence with the first during a training session there. Can you explain what's going on there?
Look, like I said earlier, the week's been about making sure we're nice and fresh, and individuals have had bigger workloads than others, so and individuals have had more aches and pains than others. So putting all that together, the training week has been one to provide the players with the best chance of being successful. We've had the last couple of days to do some tactical stuff, and again I was still looking at a few things, and Pablo has been struggling a little bit, obviously not being available last week, so I wanted to make sure that we've got some options if he's no good, or if he does start and can't end the game.
So Adama and Nick Ansell, are they coming back in?
Adama's a certainty. Adama's trained really well, and obviously he's been managed well by the staff, medical staff, and he'll come back in the team. Nick Ansell won't be available now.
Must be nice for you to say those words. Adama's a certainty. The last couple of weeks, you kept telling us that he's the only one that's ruled out.
Yeah, well, maybe I shouldn't have said it then. But at this point in time, Adama's a certainty.
Very good. Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing. You go.
Tom Rogic playing with what looks like the seconds again in that training game. Is he likely to miss out this week?
Look, like I said, we've had a look at a number of things, and yesterday we looked at a few different things. Obviously, you guys weren't here, but again, right throughout this period, we'll assess things again in the morning and make sure that we're not putting anyone in a position where maybe they shouldn't be playing, or it's too much of an ask for them. So, having said that, I'll pick a team accordingly after tomorrow.
If he did miss out, would it be fitness based for Tom? Does he need a rest, or is it more about his form at the moment?
No, look, when we had confirmed that Tom was coming. We knew that a period will come where from where having played for us, depending on what sort of load he'd have, it'd be difficult for him, in terms of his conditioning. So he's probably at that period now where the number of games he's played and the load he's had, and like I said, there's other information that we're privy to as well in terms of his body, that from time to time, and he's not the only one. Everyone's had that opportunity maybe to freshen up.
Gary Finkler, where are talks with that?
They're ongoing. The talks are ongoing, and they're healthy. They're healthy discussions. There's certainly no issues, as was reported yesterday, falsely. The whole article was a joke, if we're honest. The dates were wrong. The lack of research was staggering in the article, but obviously someone's got to put their name to it. So that's disappointing, but from my perspective, I've got a very good relationship with Guy, and the discussions are ongoing.
James Tracy turned a corner in the last month or so. He's been fantastic, I think.
He'd walk straight into the building if he didn't, wouldn't he? Look, and James and others as well. But again, the responsibility of the staff, the medical staff especially, is to make sure I've got enough information about individuals to give them the best chance of playing at their capacity. And players don't like that. Players don't like to hear it. But all in all, we try and make decisions, or we certainly make decisions that we think's of benefit to the football club and the football team. So that will continue.
Just thinking about Sydney, they're trying to get in the finals. You're trying to get top two. What's a bigger motivating factor? Who's going to be more desperate?
I think it's great, and I said it maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago that everyone's desperate for different reasons. That hasn't changed. Our focus has got to be clearly on what we're desperate to do, and that's finish as high as possible. And at this point in time, we can finish second. So that's our desperation. Sydney's got a different one. There's other games this weekend as well that'll be good viewing. That obviously we'll have a look at after our results, and we'll see how where we sit on Monday morning when the table's in the newspaper, and take it from there.